through this brand new initiative, the Community Action Economic Mobility Initiative. As you said, Tiffany, it's been funded by the Annie E. Casey Foundation, and they have helped us by providing some resources for us to design and implement a multi-tiered system of support for community action agencies who are interested in learning more and shifting to a whole family approach in their work. And so we're going to provide a little bit of detail today about that, but we're going to provide a lot more detail next week. Next Wednesday, December 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a whole webinar on the Community Action Economic Mobility Initiative. We'll talk about the different elements of that initiative, including what a community of practice will be to really support a number of agencies in their efforts to shift to whole family. So I know there are many folks, I got a lot of emails over the last couple of days when people got their e-news, and people are really interested in learning more about this project. Stay with us and learn today. We're going to talk in a bit about how you apply to the Learning Community Group and the Community Action Community of Practice. But we'll also talk in more detail next week. So please join us if you want to know more next Wednesday. So just a little bit today on the Community Action Economic Mobility Initiative. It's really designed to support CAAs in their learning and their knowledge building around whole family approaches or two-generation approaches. And it's multi-tiered, as I said. It's going to try to meet community action agencies where they're at in their readiness for that shift. And it really is designed to support your efforts out there in community action agencies on breaking the cycle of intergenerational poverty. I think we're all interested in how to achieve more impact with families, how to combine and coordinate services, integrate services, so that we can achieve the very best for parents and children. And I think the resources that we have now from the Annie E. Casey Foundation will help us to do that. Some of you have been working on this. Perhaps you've been in a previous learning community group on service integration or blending services. And so maybe you've already taken some steps. Maybe you've been working on a theory of change around whole family approaches. Maybe you've done some staff training or restructuring. And so you've already been taking some steps. And you will probably find this community of practice is a better fit for you. Those of you who are just learning and just starting to ponder whole family or two-gen may be better suited to the whole family learning community group. So let me just talk a minute about the community of practice. We'll select 10 community action agencies for this intensive support. And the way that it's a little bit different than the learning community group is that those 10 community action agencies will get individualized one-on-one coaching to help them work through their theory of change and different implementation steps in their whole family approach. And then we're also going to have an initiative as part of this called the Community Action Data Interoperability Project. I know that's a long name, Tiffany, but it's a big issue, so we had to give it a long name. This will be technical assistance for those 10 community action agencies to think through how to capture outcomes for parents, children, and families together. And with all the different databases that many community action agencies have to use for different programs, that's really presented a challenge to many agencies. So they have a desire to serve the whole family, and then there's this data system challenge. And so with the 10 agencies in the community of practice, we're going to work on some solutions to that. And what we hope is that solutions for those 10 agencies will end up being solutions for many agencies. And what we learn through the interoperability project will help other agencies moving forward. So we're really excited about this opportunity. And we know that those 10 agencies will be at different levels with their data integration, and figuring out how to help those 10 will be a challenge. but we think there'll be a lot of learning in that, so we're really excited about that. So with that, I think that kind of sums up the community of practice, and there was just one more piece that we want to talk about that is sort of part of the Community Action Economic Mobility Initiative, and that's that in June of next year we'll be holding a Whole Family Approach Institute, which will be an event here in Washington, D.C. That'll be open to 30 community action agencies who are pursuing service integration or whole family approaches. We'll bring those folks together. We'll highlight the work that we're doing in the interoperability effort. We'll have a community action agency guide for whole family approaches. We'll have a lot of peer learning, work with folks on their theory of change, and provide peer support, bring in some of the community action agencies that are more advanced in this, who've been doing this work for a number of years, and allow them to provide some peer support to those of you just getting started. So we're really excited about that institute. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be releasing a lot more information about that and providing information about how to sign up. There will be a registration fee, so we can make sure that that's a robust and deep, good experience for everybody. But I think agencies that are sort of on the whole family 2-gen path will find that institute of great help. So I'm excited about this. It continues my my work with the community action field, which I'm very, very thankful to the partnership to be engaged in that way. And we'll be talking and meeting a lot more about this. So Tiffany, I'll hand it back to you to talk to us a little bit more about the overall learning community resource effort.